The definition of grandmother: the mother of one's father or mother, a female ancestor. This description hardly begins to define who my grandmother was. A mother to 5 children, and a mother figure to many more. Her life was truly a legacy. My first memories of Grandma included the saying, "Beauty hurts," and boy, did it ever. To ensure we always looked presentable in public, we had to endure the pains of our hair being yanked repeatedly through a brush. Sometimes the worst part was how it looked in the end, as I never cared for pigtails. Problem number 1, letting someone do your hair who uses an entire can of hairspray on her own. Problem number 2, allowing someone to style my hair when she has maintained the same do since World War II. My hair may have been a little thinner when she was done with it, but I always looked presentable in Grandma's eyes. At the age of 10, I remember asking Grandma if I could help her wrap all of her Christmas presents she had purchased. She eagerly accepted my offer. Little did I know the full extent to which I was engaging myself. About 10 days later, I had finished the job. The whole time, Grandma would be making snarky little remarks about all the crap she got, and what a waste of time it was for me to wrap all of that crap. Grandma always responded with, "Oh, Jack." As the years passed, I was able to refine my wrapping skills, wrap at a faster pace, and eventually Grandma started purchasing less crap. Each year, she would try to offer me money for my services, and little did she know the reason I didn't accept it was because I was cherishing this one-on-one time we had together. As I aged, I quickly learned 2 things. Number 1, she would never be able to wrap all of those presents on her own. And number 2, these days would come to an end, and I would be the one missing out on wrapping all that crap. In middle school, Grandma was always a great resource for advice. I remember having some boys at St. Jerome say some inappropriate things to me, and she guided me through handling these situations. Her response was for me to tell these boys that they were rude, crude, and outrageous. Well, I'm not sure that handled my little situation or worsened it, but it's still a good laugh to this day. Another fond memory I have was my dreaded summers. Now, most kids are happy and thoroughly ecstatic for summer to come. That is, unless you're spending your entire summer, all day, every day, with not 1, but 2 retired teachers. My summers included hours upon hours of studies. School at this time not being my strong point, I loathed the idea of spending countless hours doing reading, writing, math, science, and social studies. And who could forget practicing piano? I would sit on the couch and pout about every day about not wanting to do it, and I got the same response every time. You don't have to do it, but you can't go swimming until your studies are done. Or the even better response, the guilt trip. I would never tell you no. So of course, I reluctantly did the bare minimum with a sour attitude so I could go swimming. My favorite study, which I now share with my students when they complain about learning their multiplication facts, was the recorded multiplication fact test Grandpa had me do daily. The objective, complete the fact problem before Grandpa said the answer, or I would have to start the tape over from the beginning. Sometimes I would make it to the end of the almost 50+ facts, and my response wasn't quick enough, and I would hear him yell from his den, "Start it over!" I swear he did that just to drive me crazy. But as Grandma always said, practice makes perfect. In my many years of staying at Grandma's house, there was always a name that was constantly referred to in our dire moments of confusion: St. Anthony. Oh, the innumerable times we prayed to St. Anthony because one of us had lost something, usually Grandma. We would go looking meaninglessly around the house, knowing good old St. Anthony would come to the rescue, and he did many, many times. From lost homework to hair ties to keys, he never failed us, even if it meant saying his name over 100 times, because Grandpa would never give up faith. Anyone who has ever tried traveled in the same vehicle as Grandma knows she has quite the routine prior to leaving. First, everyone has to potty. Second, lock the doors and buckle up because it's going to be a bumpy ride. Last but not least, we must say our list of prayers. Every time Grandma would get in the car or go with anybody, she always had her list of prayers, which included Hail Mary, Glory be, Our Father, the Apostles' Creed, and any other ones she decided to throw in. I must say, those prayers definitely worked, because driving was never a talent or something she was very skilled at doing. I remember numerous times where an accident could have happened, mainly because she was driving 20 miles an hour or more under the speed limit, but the accidents were avoided. She was never in a rush to go anywhere. That is, until she got her scooter. This always made me giggle because Grandpa, on the other hand, was the complete opposite. He would speed up right before every stoplight just to slam on the brakes, always looking for some way to rile us kids up. Grandma made it a point to make everyone feel extra special, as if they were her favorite. I not only truly believe, but I know I was her favorite grandchild. I mentioned this to my sisters, and debate ensued. I, however, have written proof. So if anyone else has written proof, please stand up. No, I didn't think so. We had shared a very special bond that is indescribable. Even when I moved to Iowa, I still always made it a top priority to visit her, as I knew there would be a day that I wouldn't be able to do so. No one knows when the last time will be. However, I can say wholeheartedly that nothing went unsaid. I'm thankful for the last Thanksgiving Day with her. It was a fun-filled day focused around all of the things Grandma liked to do. We played cards for hours, and Grandma tried to pull a few quick ones over on us. It was as if God was purposely making this day extra special and centered around her, knowing it would be the last one we shared together. During my interview for my first teaching position, I was asked who my hero was. My response? I have two. My grandparents. Through my years of joy and sorrow, these two individuals stick out to me most. They had a vast part in molding the person I have become. The endless love they provided surrounded me constantly as they supported me through the various parts of my life. I realize I am so blessed to have such an amazing support system, from driving me to and from school almost every day, to taking me to church, to watching me all summer. They not only acted as grandparents, but far exceeded what typical grandparents do. They acted as a set of parents when mine were busy working to support our family. I had a special relationship and bond with both of them that would create a lifetime of happy memories that I can now share with my son. Although this day brings tremendous amounts of sadness, it also brings joy, because this amazing couple has reunited again. In my moments of sorrow, I envision Grandma flying fearlessly across the sky with her pilot, my grandma, and pure joy in their eyes to be together again. I love you, Grandma. Thank you for all the happiness you have brought in my life and all those that knew you. It was truly an honor to have someone who loved and cherished not only her own children, but her grandchildren and great-grandchildren as well. So when the words that Grandma always said when she hung up the phone, love you, bye-bye,